The New England Patriots. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, and Randy Moss. That year wasn't just good. It wasn't just great. It was legendary. Randy Moss didn't just play football in 2007. He redefined what dominance looked like at the wide receiver position. But here's the thing, just 1 year earlier, Moss was considered washed. People said he was done. A problem. A diva. And then, in 2007, he went on to deliver arguably the greatest single season ever by a wide receiver. Today, we're going to break down exactly why 2007 Randy Moss was unbelievable. We'll look at the stats, the storylines, the behind-the-scenes drama, and the long-term legacy of that season. But most importantly, I'll ask you, was 2007 Randy Moss the most unstoppable wide receiver in NFL history? Stick around, because by the end of this, you might just say yes. Section 1, the build-up. How did we get here? Before we dive into the fireworks of 2007, we've got to rewind. Let's go back a little. Randy Moss entered the league in 1998 with the Minnesota Vikings. As a rookie, he caught 17 touchdowns, lit up Thanksgiving Day with 3 deep bombs against the Cowboys, and immediately became the NFL's most dangerous weapon. For years, Moss was the face of the phrase, "You got mossed." If you've ever seen a receiver jump over a defender's head and snatch the ball like it was nothing, that's Moss's legacy. But by the mid-2000s, things weren't looking so hot. He got traded to the Oakland Raiders in 2005. And let's be honest, the Raiders at that time were not great. They went 2-14 in 2006. Their quarterbacks were Andrew Walter and Aaron Brooks. Not exactly Tom Brady. So Moss's numbers plummeted. He went from catching 17 TDs as a rookie to just 3 touchdowns in his final year in Oakland. By the end of that run, critics were calling him lazy, disinterested, even washed up. And this is where things get crazy. Because in 2007, the Patriots traded for Moss, for just a 4th-round draft pick. Think about that. One of the greatest talents in football history was given away for basically nothing. And Bill Belichick? He saw the opportunity. He saw that if you put Moss with Tom Brady, magic could happen. Section 2, the New England Fit. So, training camp 2007. Moss walks into Foxborough. People aren't sure what to expect. Some think he's going to clash with Belichick. Others think he'll be a distraction. Instead, he locks in. From the first practices, Brady and Moss start developing chemistry that looked like something out of a video game. Here's a crazy anecdote. Teammates said Moss and Brady would stay after practice, just working on deep balls. Over and over. Brady testing Moss's speed. Moss testing Brady's arm. And they found this rhythm where Brady could launch a ball 50 yards downfield, and Moss would be there, every time. That trust? That timing? That's what built the 2007 Patriots offense. Section 3, the regular season dominance. Let's talk numbers. Because what Moss did in 2007 was statistically absurd. 98 receptions. 1,493 receiving yards. 23 touchdowns, NFL record. That 23 TD mark broke Jerry Rice's single-season record of 22, which had stood for 20 years. And here's the thing, Rice set that record in a strike-shortened season with only 12 games. People thought no one would ever touch it. But Moss? He shattered it. What's wild is how effortless it looked. Defenses knew what was coming. They doubled him. They bracketed him. And still, Moss found the end zone 23 times. Do you remember Week 1 against the Jets? That was the tone setter. Moss had 9 catches, 183 yards, and a touchdown, after people had said he couldn't run anymore. And then Week 17? Against the Giants? Brady to Moss for their record-breaking 23rd touchdown connection. Perfect. Let me ask you, if you were a defensive coordinator in 2007, how would you even begin to stop that? Let me know in the comments, because honestly, I don't think anyone had an answer. Section 4, the perfect season. Of course, this wasn't just about Moss. That 2007 Patriots team was chasing history. They finished the regular season 16-0. The first team ever to do it in a 16-game schedule. Tom Brady threw for 50 touchdowns, an NFL record at the time. And again, almost half of them went to Moss. The offense averaged 37 points per game. That's video game level. Every week, it felt like they were putting on a show. And Moss was the centerpiece. One week, it's a one-handed catch over two defenders. Another week, it's a 70-yard bomb where he just outruns everyone. It was like watching a highlight reel in real time. Section 5, the Super Bowl heartbreak. But of course, the story has a bittersweet ending. Super Bowl XLII. Patriots vs. Giants. The undefeated season on the line. Late in the game, Brady hits Moss for a touchdown that puts New England ahead. And for a moment, it looks like the dream season is going to end perfectly. But then, David Tyree. The helmet catch. Eli Manning escaping the sack. Plaxico Burress catching the game-winning touchdown. Just like that, the Patriots' perfect season was gone. And that's what makes 2007 Moss so fascinating. He had the greatest individual season ever for a wide receiver. He broke Jerry Rice's record. He led the Patriots to 16-0. And yet, no ring at the end. It's the ultimate what if. Section 6, the legacy of 2007 Moss. So, what's the legacy here? For one, Moss proved that he wasn't washed. He wasn't done. He just needed the right quarterback and the right system. 2, he gave us one of the most dominant offensive duos in NFL history, Brady to Moss. 3, he showed how one player can completely change a team's identity. The Patriots went from being a defense-first, grinded-out squad in the early 2000s, to the most feared offensive juggernaut in the NFL. And here's the bigger picture. Whenever we talk about the greatest receivers of all time, Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, Terrell Owens, Larry Fitzgerald, 2007 Moss always comes up. Not just because of the numbers, but because of the dominance. Like, let me ask you this. If you had to pick one receiver in NFL history to throw a deep ball to, who are you picking? For me, it's hard to choose anyone over Moss in 2007. Section 7, Fun Facts and Anecdotes. Did you know that Moss scored multiple touchdowns in 8 different games that season? That's half the year. He once said Brady was the only quarterback he'd ever played with who could consistently hit him in stride on deep balls. His jersey sales in 2007 skyrocketed. He went from being an afterthought in Oakland to one of the league's biggest stars again. And here's a fun hypothetical. What if Moss had played his whole career with Brady? Could he have broken Rice's career records? Closing thoughts. So when we say 2007 Randy Moss was unbelievable, we're not exaggerating. We're talking about a season where a washed-up receiver turned into the most dominant force in football. Where one man, paired with the right quarterback, redefined what was possible. And even though the season ended in heartbreak, people still remember it as one of the most iconic runs in NFL history. So, what do you think? Was 2007 Randy Moss the most dominant wide receiver we've ever seen? Or does Jerry Rice, Calvin Johnson, or someone else still take that crown? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your picks. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share this video with another football fan. Because 2007 Randy Moss wasn't just a season. It was an era. And it was unbelievable.